Sultan of Mystics Bayazid Bastami, Abu Yazid Tayfur ibn Isa ibn Adam Sarushan Bastami, known as the Sultan of Mystics, was born during the first half of the 2nd century AH in the late Umayyad period in Bastam, a city in the province of Kumis, which is modern-day Semnan, Damgan and Sharud. His birthplace was in the Zoroastrian priestly quarter of Bastam within a pious and devout Muslim family. Some scholars suggest that his ancestors, including Sarushan, adhered to Mithraism, which will be further elaborated upon in subsequent pages. Farsi Ahmad Kafi records Bayazid's birth as 131 AH, stating that his grandfather Sarushan was the governor of Kumis. It is said that Sarushan converted from Zoroastrianism to Islam. The mystery of Bayazid's education adds to the intrigue of his life. It appears that Bayazid did not have a specific Sufi master or formal teacher in mysticism. Some consider him illiterate, yet he was reportedly graced with divine revelations beyond conventional learning. Others claim he studied under 113 or 303 teachers. His definitive mentor in Sufism remains unknown. Bayazid himself said, "Others acquired knowledge from the dead, but I gained mine from the ever-living one who never dies." When asked who his spiritual guide was, he replied, "An old woman." Bayazid hailed from a learned and pious Zoroastrian family that transitioned into Islam. With an innate spiritual capacity, he stood as a contemporary of Ahmad Kezravi, Abu Hafs, Yahya ibn Mu'ad, and Shafiq Balkhi. He interacted with Shafiq Balkhi but did not formally receive a Sufi cloak of initiation from any sheikh. He ordered his grave to be dug lower than his teachers, a claim that may have contributed to the perception that he had a mentor. Despite the ambiguity surrounding Bayazid's life, his spiritual teachings remain profound and revolutionary. He was among the first Sufis to articulate ecstatic utterances known as shathiyat, from heightened mystical states and divine union. These controversial expressions drew opposition, especially from the people of Bastam, leading to his exile 7 times. When accused of heresy and expelled, he reportedly remarked, "Blessed is the town whose infidel is I." Bayazid composed poetic expressions and mystical writings, though none survive today. His reluctance to display his scholarly knowledge might explain his reputation as an illiterate mystic. Sources on Bayazid's life. The most prominent source on Bayazid's life is Kitab al-Nur min Kalam Abi Tayfur, by Abu al-Fadl Muhammad ibn Ali Sahaliki, a disciple who narrated from Bayazid's family and associates. His utterances also appear in Al-Luma by al-Siraj, and references to his teachings are found in works like Kashf al-Majub by Hujwiri, Tadkirat al-Awliya by Attar, and Nafahat al-Uns by Jami. Bayazid journeyed extensively across Iran, Iraq, Arabia and Syria, gathering insights from the people he encountered. Some accounts suggest he studied under Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, the 6th Shia Imam, for 7 years, earning the title Tayfur al-Sakka or Tayfur the Water-Bearer. However, discrepancies in historical timelines make this unlikely, unless Bayazid was born in 131 AH, as some sources claim. If so, he could have met Imam Jafar during his youth. It's important to note that the historical accuracy of this claim is debated among scholars. Upon completing his spiritual training, Imam Jafar reportedly advised Bayazid to return to his homeland to guide others. This narrative has been widely recorded in Sufi traditions. Bayazid's death is recorded as 234 AH, 261 AH, or even later. Sahaliki claims Bayazid lived to 103 years. Bayazid's family was large, with 2 brothers, Adam and Ali, and 2 sisters. His nephew, Abu Musa, became Bayazid's disciple and confidant. Bayazid's attachment to Abu Musa was profound, and many of his mystical sayings were preserved through him. Bayazid Bastami's shrine, a unique site of pilgrimage, is nestled in Bastam, Iran. The complex, a living testament to his enduring legacy, encompasses his grave, a mosque, and other historic structures. These buildings, adorned with Islamic and Persian architectural styles, stand in stark contrast to the simplicity of Bayazid's tomb, a reflection of his ascetic lifestyle and indifference to worldly embellishments. Standing in the shadow of the shrine, the mosque and prayer hall, believed to have been frequented by Bayazid himself, are living monuments to his legacy. These structures, witness to the passage of time and the evolution of Islamic architecture, have been expanded and renovated during the Seljuk, Ilkhanid and Timurid eras. Each edition, adorned with inscriptions and artwork characteristic of its time, serves as a testament to the enduring reverence for Bayazid across the centuries. Visitors to the shrine often perform acts of devotion, such as reciting prayers and verses from the Quran. The site also attracts scholars, mystics and tourists interested in the region's spiritual and architectural heritage. Despite time, Bayazid's shrine continues to embody the mystics' teachings of humility, love and spiritual connection, providing a profound experience for all who visit. Bayazid Bastami's teachings influenced countless Sufi figures, including Khwaja Abdullah Ansari and Abu al-Hasan Karakani. His philosophy of divine love and selflessness resonates in Persian poetry and Sufi literature. Despite being misunderstood, Bayazid is now celebrated as a luminary of Islamic mysticism, bridging Zoroastrian heritage and Sufi spirituality. When a wealthy man asked Bayazid about the obligation of paying zakat, charity, Bayazid asked, "Do you mean zakat according to your possessions or mine?" The man replied, "Is there a difference?" Bayazid's response was a testament to his humility and selflessness. He said, "Yes, for you it is 5 dirhams for every 200 dirhams as per Islamic law. But for me, all that I own belongs to the poor and needy." Bayazid practiced what he preached. He lived a life of farming and shepherding while guiding people towards spiritual perfection. Bayazid Bastami's legacy is a testament to the Iranian tradition of open-minded mysticism, humanism, and devotion to truth. His courage to challenge conventions and proclaim profound spiritual truths earned him admiration across centuries. This book seeks to shed light on his remarkable life and thoughts, offering insight into one of the brightest figures in Iranian mystical tradition.
I've often wondered why we search for the divine in distant places when it resides within our own hearts. This peculiar human tendency to seek outwardly what can only be found inwardly has been a subject of contemplation for mystics and poets throughout the ages. Today, we'll explore the wisdom of Rumi, Abdul Rahman Jami, and Iqbal Lahori, who all point to a profound truth. The Kaaba, that sacred center of pilgrimage, is not just a physical structure in Mecca, but a metaphor for the divine presence within each of us. Rumi tells us of Bayazid, a seeker who encounters an old sage on his way to the Kaaba. The sage challenges Bayazid's notion of pilgrimage, suggesting that the journey to God is not about physical travel or material offerings. This idea might seem radical, even heretical to some. After all, aren't we taught that certain places are holier than others? But perhaps this is a comforting illusion, a way of making the divine tangible and accessible. As Abdul Rahman Jami points out, crossing deserts and valleys to reach a stone structure is far easier than traversing the challenging terrain of our own desires and egos. The real pilgrimage begins when we turn inward, facing our fears, confronting our shortcomings, and questioning our deepest beliefs. If the external pilgrimage is an illusion, then where do we find the true Kaaba? Iqbal Lahori, echoing the words of the mystic Ain al-Qazat, provides a profound answer: within our own hearts. This idea challenges everything we think we know about spirituality. We're accustomed to looking up to the heavens or to holy sites for divine presence, but what if we've been looking in the wrong direction all along? But reaching this inner Kaaba isn't easy. It requires us to, as Iqbal says, burn our old ways and abandon our former beliefs. This is a terrifying prospect. Yet, paradoxically, it's only by losing ourselves that we can find our true selves and, in doing so, discover the divine presence we've been seeking. As we conclude our exploration, we might find ourselves both inspired and unsettled. The idea that the divine presence we seek is not in some far-off place, but within our own hearts, is both liberating and challenging. As we move forward, let's remember that every moment is an opportunity for pilgrimage, every heartbeat a chance to connect with the divine.